What's going on, everybody? It's EricRayweather back here, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you a very effective way to use the halfback in the passing game in Madden 19. Now, if this is your first time checking out one of my videos and you want to stay up to date on the best Madden 19 tips and gameplay all year long, consider hitting the subscribe button below and hitting the bell icon so that you join the notification squad. So, what I want to look at today is the effectiveness of delayed routes to the running back, but there are certain specific ones. So I'm going to show two different ones here. The first one I'm going to show is out of the Chargers playbook, out of the gun trips tight end, and it is the play, the curl flat. Now, you can see on the curl flat play, he is on a delayed angle route. This isn't a route you see too often. I know that this is in the Chargers playbook, like I said. This is also in the run and gun playbook. I'm sure it might be in a couple others, but those are the only two playbooks I know for sure. But you can maybe find this in some other formations as well. But I want to show you why some of these delayed routes are good. So we'll just show it against, standard coverages. So first we'll show a cover 3. So angle routes to the halfback are great this year by default. They're always one of the better routes in the game. But the fact that this is a delayed route makes it even better. So you'll notice he kind of hesitates for a second before he goes out into the into his route. And what this is really good is for against zone defenses, because this allows the zone defenses to kind of drop back a little bit further, and it just gives him a ton of room underneath. Plus, the fact that he's not immediately running out at the snap of the ball, sometimes that can kind of take the user defender out of play because he won't see him immediately running out. Now you see here, this is a cover 3, and he's just consistently getting open for easy yards underneath. Now, this is going to be a cover 2 right here, and you're going to see the same thing. Easily open underneath. I mean, we're picking up 9 to 10 yards a pop. Easy, just throwing, a regular bullet pass. If they go man defense, you're going to see, this is going to torch man defense as well. As you're going to see. Watch what happens. He's going to torch his man. He kind of got hung up there a little bit, and of course, we get hit with the ever so powerful practice mode block shed, but we'll run it again. As you can see, he's just going to leave it. Like, look how he leaves his man in the dust. And that's Luke Kuechly, arguably, the best linebacker on the game, maybe the second best linebacker on the game. He gets left in, no man's land pretty much. So you might say, like, well, we could shade the coverage underneath and that would clamp down on it. And you would think that would be the case, but this is still going to get open. And again, this block shed in practice mode is so ridiculous. It's somehow worse. It gets worse every year somehow. I don't know how. But anyway, shading underneath cover 3, you can see, boom. And he gets lit up, of course, because again, practice mode, everything's a block shed, everything's a hit stick in practice mode. It's just how it is. But you can see that was still a 10-yard route very easily. I mean, why is this block shed so ridiculous? Like, come on, man. This is unbelievable. It's a 4-man rush, and it's just like getting home so quick. Alright, anyway, as you can see, shaded underneath, we're still picking up 8 to 10 yards. That was a cover 3 shaded underneath. Here we'll do cover 2, shaded underneath. And you're going to notice the same thing. Easily open underneath. And again, everything's a hit stick in practice mode. Every single hit is a hit stick. The computer can do no wrong. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, shaded underneath cover 2. Once again, he's open. Like, nothing clamps down on this delayed route. It's always open. Doesn't matter if it's man zone, shaded down, shaded underneath. So you pretty much have to user this. But in the case of a play like this, if you make somebody user this, then you just start going to other routes on the field, okay? You have a curl flat concept on the left. And, it's not really the play specifically that I'm trying to break down. It's just the effectiveness of the actual delayed angle route here. It's pretty much always going to get open to the point where the user has to defend it. And once you make them defend it, you can go somewhere else. You can set up your, hot routes however you want on the play. And if you force your opponent to defend one route, you can go elsewhere. So now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to flip sides because I need to go to the Cardinals playbook. Just going to throw the ball away here. I'm going to go to the Cardinals playbook because they have another unique delayed route in their playbook as well. And I believe this is also in the Cowboys playbook. Could be in some others, but definitely in the Panthers and Cowboys playbooks. It's out of the Trio Panther, and the play is Dagger. Really, really nice play. So we're going to go to Dagger. Again, we're going to just show it against your basic coverages. Now, here you have two delayed routes. You have a delayed drag and a delayed C route, or it's kind of like a backwards C route because he's on the other side of the field from the running back. So in a situation like this, I'd probably go ahead and just fade the tight end because we don't want him on a delay. We want him to pull some of that zone coverage back as well. And you're going to notice the same thing. As soon as he cuts up the field, boom, this is an easy pass for easy yards. Every single time. Now, that was a cover 3. Switch it up here, cover 2. Again, just going to kind of go ahead and put this tight end on a fade. Same thing. As soon as he goes up the field, bam, it's easy. Now, we had about 7 to 8 yards before I made the defender miss. Now, of course, you know, this year it's really easy to make guys miss still. You kind of want to juke or spin right after you catch, and you can make guys miss. So we were able to get some extra yards there. But we got about 7 to 8 before contact. You know, man, if they play man on this route, I mean, you can tell when it's man because the guy runs out with him. When it's man, you just wait for him to make his second cut, and he'll always get inside position for a pretty easy catch. Usually he'll get a little bit more separation than that, but anyway, so now here we'll shade underneath against the C route. Again, because it's delayed, you're still going to be able to quick pass it. Now, you're going to get less yards. You might get more in the 4 to 5 yard range if they shade underneath with this. But, I mean, again, you're talking 4 to 5 yards. I mean, that's for a running back C route. You know, that's pretty good. But also, what you're not taking into account, if they shade underneath, you know, you're opening up other things like the deep in route on the outside. You have a deep crossing route. So, there's so much other, like this play right here in itself is a very good play. And we're not even focusing on all of the other routes. We're just focusing on how effective just hitting the halfback out of the backfield is. So again, that was cover 3 underneath. Here we'll go cover 2 underneath coverage. And again, you're gonna notice the same thing. As soon as he cuts up the field, he kind of got caught up there, which unfortunately allowed him to get hit. So we'll run it again. Every once in a while they will get caught up. It's kind of one of those things. That's one of the things I really hate about Madden is how the running backs get caught up. Sometimes it's super annoying. But again, underneath coverage, you're seeing everything's a hit stick in practice mode when the computer's hitting you. But it's still an easy 5 yards even when they shade underneath. Again, you know, if they hold up, wrong controller here. If they go, it's so hard using 2 controllers sometimes. So if they go man coverage. You know, again, if they go man coverage, this guy is going to beat his man. I mean, he easily beats his man, especially if you have a good route runner like McCaffrey. So, you can see the delayed routes to the running back are just certain delayed routes to the running back are just absolutely almost impossible for the AI to defend. You have to manually guard it yourself, and that opens up your entire offense because look at this play, for example. If you make somebody have to defend this C route, I mean, you know, they're shading underneath or they're trying to use this C route. You know, you have a C route, but I mean, look at that block shed, though. That was just, my goodness. Like, you can't even dream of getting a pass off when they block shit like that. But anyway, if they have to manually use this route, you know, think about, I mean, you got this deep cross coming across the other side, and deep crossers are really good this year. So with a play like this, you have a deep cross and you have a delayed route. Both kind of have to be user defended. You know, so let's just kind of simulate, like, all right, you know, they're going to jump over here. We'll just man him up to simulate that user or whatever. He's jumping over here, worrying about that. Maybe he's going to try to get the deep cross too. And then you still have the deep end route on the back end. So as you can see, you just have multiple ways that you can destroy somebody just by simply having, you know, an annoying route like this route to McCaffrey here. Same thing with the other play we showed out of the trips tight end with the angle route. Now, I think the C route's a little bit better only because you kind of can pass it a little bit quicker, and just this play in general is a little bit better than the halfback angle play, but the same principles apply. When you have a route that you are forcing your opponent to use, or that, you know, regular zone coverage won't stop it, man coverage, you beat it. Even if you shade underneath, again, we're shading underneath again, we're telling our defense, play down, play underneath, and we're still able to hit this route and get 6 yards right there. That means, okay, now I have to cover it, but when you have multiple routes on the field that they have to cover, you really put the defense in a bad spot. You put your opponent in a bad spot. So check your playbooks. Try to find these unique delayed routes to the running back that attack upfield. Not so much the ones that attack the flats. Those aren't going to be as good. Look for the C routes and the angle routes. Like I said, the angle route play you can find in the Chargers and in the running gun. I know that for sure. This C route play you can find for sure in the Panthers and in the Cowboys playbook. I know that both of those playbooks have it, so definitely something you want to mess around with. It can really open your offense up and just make it a lot better, in my opinion. So if you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, as always, just drop a like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.